Hey guys! I just wanted to do a quick video about my trip to South Africa because I realized that I showed you little bits and pieces of it, but I didn't actually go into a whole lot of detail. So I thought I'd do a little video showing you and telling you about a few of the places that we stayed and the highlights, I suppose, because it was such an incredible trip. So my brother and I went to South Africa. We went with the Wild Collective, and it was one of the most memorable trips. It was absolutely amazing. Everything about it was just mind-blowing, to be honest. So we started at the Hohenort Cellars. So it's kind of like up in the mountains a little bit and like tucked away. So we would wake up every morning. By the way, the beds there were so comfortable, but we'd wake up and there was like a little bit of sunlight streaming through the windows into the lounge room. You could hear like ducks quacking outside, playing in the pond. And so you'd wake up, go down to the kitchen area, and there was like a buffet set up with like all cereals and fresh fruit and juices and stuff like that. And then you could order off the menu as well for hot food. So that was pretty awesome because you could get just like fruit and juices and stuff, and then order like some cooked spinach and tomato, stuff like that. So it was quite an amazing experience. And then you kind of like wander around the gardens for a while, take some photos like Sam and I did, because it's so beautiful there, and there's so many flowers everywhere. And then we would go out exploring, so you could explore locally, but we had a hire car, so thankfully it was like 20 minutes away from everything, so it was far enough away that it felt like you were secluded, and it was incredibly relaxing. But then if you wanted to get places, it didn't take that long, so it was probably like the perfect place to be to start off our little journey in Cape Town. So we hiked a few mountains because we got told about those. We actually got given a list, a must-do or must-see list. So that was really helpful. And we didn't get to do everything on there, but we ticked off a few of the things. So like we went and saw some penguins down at Boulders Beach. That was pretty awesome. They're very cute. And there's so many of them. There's so many of them, they're everywhere. And then we went and we hiked Lion's Head, which is a big mountain. It's a lot harder than I thought. Like it wasn't like grueling and you're going to die, and it wasn't like dangerous or anything like that, but it was very challenging, to say the least. So there's some really awesome lookouts like that around the place in Cape Town, and if you go there or you live there, well, if you live there you would know about them, and if you go there then you absolutely must do them. Please do them, because the sights from the top are just breathtaking. It's absolutely spectacular. So we were at the Cellars for a few days and had a few dinners there as well. And then we drove down the Garden Route Road, or the Garden Route, something like that. And it's kind of like, I'm from Australia, so I'm going to compare it to our Great Ocean Road. So it was spectacular like that, like the views and the scenery are just exquisite. So we drove across there. Mind you, I did sleep a fair bit as well, because it was a 5 or 6 hour drive, and then that's without stops. So with stops, it took us the whole day. And then we ended up at the Gondwana Game Reserve. Pretty much it's just a reserve full of wild animals, and then the resort, like the reserve, is actually in that. So like you can wake up and there'll be like a lion outside your window, or I was talking to one of the staff members there, and he said that the week before we were there, some of the elephants had just decided to go and like drink and play around the pool. So that's kind of the kind of thing that you're dealing with. We did safaris twice a day there, which was incredible. And our leader, I suppose, our safari leader, his name was Cool Man. So he was hilarious. Cool Man really is a cool man. And he would take us to all the places that he knew the property really well, and he would take us to all the places where he thought that we might be able to see the animals, and we actually did. We saw all the big five when we were there, so that was pretty incredible. And we saw lots of other stuff too, but we did see the big five. We got so close to wild elephants, and there was little baby ones, and not like little, but you know, little. And yeah, like we saw buffalo, we saw lions, we saw rhinos and hippos, heaps of zebras, giraffes. Yeah, so that was that was an amazing experience. And then from there, the last place that we went to, we only stayed there for one night, so it was very quick, but we stayed at the Tintswalo Atlantic Hotel. So that was down back closer to Cape Town, and it was a gorgeous little boutique hotel nestled right along the coastline, and everything about it was just kind of like homely. So the rooms were just like, they were adorned with little like gemstones and crystals and shells and stuff that made you really feel comfortable. There's not many apartments or rooms there, so it is very I suppose personal. Like it's like an intimate kind of setting. So dinner was like a 5-course meal, and it's got an open kitchen, so you could see the chef, and I was like giving it a thumbs up, being like, thank you, because it was so good. Yeah, and then went back to the room, had a really good rest, woke up to the sound of like the ocean hitting the rocks right outside our balcony, and the balcony was right off the bed, so it was pretty special. And on the other side of the lake was like these big mountains, and so at sunrise and sunset you just get like this gorgeous silhouette, and the clouds would roll past. And yeah, it was overcast there actually when we were there, and I didn't even mind because it was so beautiful. And there was like a hammock there on the beach on like some of the pebbles, and if you ever go there you have to go to this hammock. And if you don't ever go there, I suggest that you plan to go there even just for this hammock, because it's so cool. I got a good photo of it just on self timer actually. I set it up on my iPhone and just set it up on some rocks like 10 meters away from me, and then like ran, dropped in the hammock, and then like got the photo. So it's the photo I got. You guys can get as well if you're over there, and if you do, I expect you to tag me in it so I can see it and then reminisce about the time that I was there and really liked it. And then from there we went to the airport, and then we headed home. So it was a quick trip, but it was remarkable all the same. Some of the things that I really like in Cape Town were the V&A waterfront. It's just got really cool vibes. Sam really liked it too actually. I really like the hikes. I love the penguins because they were so cute. So thank you so much to the Wild Collective for helping to make that trip possible, because without you guys it wouldn't have been able to happen. So it was literally one of the best trips of my life. So thank you so much, and I hope you guys enjoyed this little video and a little bit more of the information about where we went and where we stayed and what we did and what we saw. Yeah, a little bit more of the 411 onto South Africa. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this little video. I'll put the links below to things that we did and saw and stayed and stuff like that, so that you can find them as well. Definitely go check them out, and I'll put their Instagrams below there as well. So yeah, see you later. Mwah!